Bold and the Beautiful. 5 characters we desperately need back now on BNB Epic Comebacks. Bold and the Beautiful fans feel things are kind of getting dull on the CBS soap because we've tied off all the loose ends. Pretty much most everybody is paired off. Luna Nozawa's Lisa Yamada, dead, and there's no villains around stirring the pot. So, we need some drama on the CBS soap, and there are some characters that are off-screen right now that could bring the spice back to Bold. Will Thomas Forrester crash Hope Logan's wedding? A BNB return fans crave. Alright, so, the number one character name I see dropped on social media that fans keep saying they want to see back because you either love him or you love to hate him. That is Thomas Forrester, Matthew Atkinson. So we got Matt Atkinson back for 2 scan episodes not that long ago to comfort Taylor Hayes, Rebecca Budig, when Ridge Forrester, Torsten K. dumped her and then abruptly and instantly remarried Brooke Logan, Catherine Kelly Lang. But Thomas, showed up, got mad, and then abruptly did a 180, gave his blessing, and left town. It was bizarre and anticlimactic. And of course, right now, Hope Logan's Annika Noel, engaged to Liam Spencer, Scott Clifton. I expect them to plan a wedding perhaps as soon as the Christmas holiday, maybe New Year's. And of course, we know that Thomas is due back around Christmas. But all indications point to another short-term return, not Matt Atkinson back on contract like a lot of people want. Casey Kasperzik said that Matt Atkinson was back filming for a week, and that coincided with the week they know they were filming Christmas episodes. So, maybe a handful of episodes, him filming for a week that could get us up to, 10 episodes, say, but not Thomas back for good. Not when it's only a week. Bold and the Beautiful. Hope on the horizon? I do think it'd be great if Matt Atkinson's character was back and he came to disrupt Hope and Liam's wedding, or to give design advice on Hope for the future designs. And if Thomas came back, he can bring Douglas Forrester, Henry Joseph Samory, with him because Hope needs her son. Also, Thomas needs a love interest now that he and Paris Buckingham, Diamond White, are over. So he and Hope seem done, but a lot of fans would love to have her back with Thomas. But I think if they're going to leave Hope with Liam, why not bring Thomas back to Bold and pair him with Ivy Forrester, Ashley Brewer? She used to have a thing for Thomas back in the day. And although both of them are Forresters by name, they are not related, not even a drop of blood between them. I'd also like to see Ashley Brewer on more often as Ivy. And unfortunately, I do think Thomas is a long shot to come back, but it would be awesome if he did. However, Brad Bell seems to like sticking us with nonsense like Remy Price, Christian Weissman, on the screen while keeping Thomas away. And I do expect if he is back for Hope's wedding that it might be the same thing like with Brooks and Ridge's wedding where he shows up and acts like he's going to make a big scene and then just gives his blessing and then gets on a plane and goes back to France. Bring back Quinn Fuller. Rekindling romances and rivalries on B&B. Alright, number 2 on our list of characters we would love to have back is Quinn Fuller, Rena Sofer. She left Bold and the Beautiful back in 2022. Not long after she crashed Carter Walton's Lauren St. Victor, wedding to Paris, and asked him to be with her, Carter walked out on the bride and chose Quinn. And then after Carter did that, abruptly she was just gone. And if you were watching back then, you'll remember that Quinn and Carter had fallen in love. At first, it started out to be mostly chemistry. They were having an affair behind Eric Forrester's John McCook back when he and Quinn were married. And Eric eventually found out, but then he told Carter he could keep betting Quinn because Eric was suffering from ED. But Quinn and Eric's marriage fell apart when he started playing dirty pickleball games with Donna Logan, Jennifer Garais, behind her back. Plus, Quinn, busted in and then asked Carter to choose her. And after he dumped her at the altar just out of nowhere, Bold tanked Carter and Quinn's romance. So after building it up and destroying her and Eric's marriage, it just kind of didn't make sense. And out of the blue, Rena Sofer was just gone. Quinn went to lunch and basically never returned. Bold and the Beautiful. Location, location, location. Now, I will say one thing. She is semi-retired. She said she was leaving to work on her pottery business, but then she went over and did a lengthy contract run over on General Hospital. So, I would definitely like to see Quinn come back and either steal Eric from Donna, or Quinn comes back to make trouble for Carter and his new romance with Daphne Rose, Muriel Hilaire. However, if Quinn did return, they might have to recast her because Rena Sofer is semi-retired and recently moved from LA to New York. But she officially wrapped her run at General Hospital, so you never know. She could come back to Bold one day. Why Wyatt Spencer's return is crucial for B&B's Spencer family drama. Alright, on to number 3. Wouldn't it be great to have Wyatt Spencer, Darren Brooks, back for good? I feel like Darren Brooks' return is long overdue, at least for a lengthy arc, even if he doesn't stay long term. Wyatt is another character that just evaporated one day that fans really miss. There are other characters that evaporated that fans don't care so much about, like RJ Forrester, Joshua Hoffman. I mean, they didn't even bring Wyatt back for Liam's fake cancer crisis, or when he was shot. It would be a real shame also if Brad Bell didn't bring back Wyatt, at least for a couple episodes, for Liam's wedding to Hope. Plus, Wyatt's little brother, Will Spencer Crew Morrow, has been going through this terrible crisis. He was molested by lunatic Luna, who got pregnant, miscarried, then ran over. So, the Spencers and their ongoing drama could absolutely benefit from Wyatt being there to support them. Also, if Darren Brooks came back, we could see Wyatt as a possible love interest for Ivy, who I think people would like to see more of as well. Dr. James Warwick, the unexpected B&B return that could shake up Sheila's storyline. All right, the number 4 return we'd like to see is Dr. James Warwick, Ian Buchanan. And I know that sounds like out of nowhere, but recently Bold dropped a little hint. Maybe it was for nothing, or maybe it was for something. When Taylor was in her office at the hospital, she was reading James's book. He is also a psychiatrist, and we saw Taylor looking at his book, and then she slid it back onto her shelf. Also, James was involved romantically with both Taylor and Sheila Carter, Kimberlyn Brown. Back in the day during a blizzard, Taylor took James's V card, so he wouldn't die a virgin, because they thought for sure they were going to freeze to death. And he was married to Sheila. They have a daughter, Crazy Mary Warwick. Also, the actor who played him, Ian Buchanan, is a fan favorite. And James' return would fit perfectly into current storylines because he could counsel his ex-wife Sheila if indeed she does wind up losing her hubby Deacon Sharp, Sean Cannon. Or Sheila could rebound with him and just let Taylor have Forrester. Why Jacob Young should return to B&B. Alright, last but not least, at number 5 on our list of returns we'd like to see to Bold, and the beautiful is the gorgeous Rick Forrester, Jacob Young. It has been a hot minute since Brooks and Eric's son was on Bold. Rick was another one that just got abruptly ditched by B&B. Jacob Young left Bold in 2018. A lot of fans miss him, and they want to know where he is, and why we don't even see him for family occasions. Rick had lots of love, lots of drama back in the day. He was married to the younger Caroline Spencer and Amber Moore, Adrienne France, and also Maya Avant, Carla Mosley. And last we heard Rick and Maya split, and Rick has been living in Paris ever since. So I would love to see all these Bold and the beautiful old school characters come back, and I think a lot of fans would like that too. It would be great because the current storylines we have left are mostly dull. There's not a lot of stage set for drama. With everybody pretty much paired off and happy, where's the soapiness, right? So, bring back some of these characters and things could really, really pick up on B&B.